pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome, everybody, into season number 52 of the Western States Racing League. I'm Mike Damoni, up in the booth as always. Joined with me this time is going to be Alan Bergen. Alan, man, how's it going?
It's going good, Mike. I'm real happy to be here. It's Michigan. The rolling hills of Michigan, or the Irish hills of Michigan, I should say. But hey, it may be cold in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio just out of St. Louis, but the action on the racetrack is going to be really, really hot today. And taking a look at that, the race outlook today, the weather, a 70-degree air temperature, 72% relative humidity, 13-mile-an-hour wind, and that track temperature is cranked up to 88 degrees tonight. So, that being said, we are looking forward to a great night of racing action here as we go 80 laps around Michigan International Raceway. And Mike, we got 30 cars over on the north side of 3 cars signed in here tonight.
Yeah, a few more jumped in right after practice. It looks like we got several still making some qualifying laps here. Last season's championship winner, Justin Michael, is sitting on the provisional pole right now. Watching Charlie Widener make his way around. 39.53 for his second lap. See who else is out on track. The number 4 of Brian Barnes completed his second lap. Going to put him up into P18.
Yeah, just a few cars left. Matt Sisler, number 93, Toyota Tundra. You know, earlier. You know, come on, Detroit, Matt. Come on, Detroit.
Yeah, it's the Lions. Come on. He's at Michigan. It's all right.
Anyway, before we went live, I saw him racing with the Mid Atlantic Racing Series in the Xfinity car. Had a good showing over there. Hops in the truck over here for Western States and gets ready for 80 laps here at Michigan. Matt Sisler right now is 24th on the board.
24th on the board. First lap is never the quickest. They get those horses ramped up here. We'll see what he can do this time by. Almost identical time, so went as fast as he could there. And just crossed the finish line before qualifying came to a close.
Well, there you have it. Justin Michael going to look to pick up where he left off last season and get that pole for tonight. And hopefully he's going to keep it out right where he starts that at.
Yeah, we'll see what these guys can do here in 80 laps around Michigan. We have Justin Michael, as we said, on the pole with a 39.433. Chad Stearns just to his outside. Rob Haynes and Bentley Glazer making his return here to try a championship run once again. You have David Weaver, Butch Davis in row 3, row 4, Chad Simpson and Chris Sumard, Charlie Widener and Jeff Hollingsworth. Haven't seen Jeff in quite a while here, but he is back starting P10. JTW and Ryan Steele roll off in row number 6. Row 7, Justin T. Row 7, Bob Beltrami and Josh Culley. Haven't seen Josh before. I believe this might be his first time running here. Wayne Hutchinson and Lyle Swearingen in row 8. Row 9, William Fletcher and Brian Barnes. Let me go back to row number 10. That is going to be Kieran Brugali and Dennis Fuson. So we got Scott Kukas and Dustin Burns in row 11, row 12, Christian Bishop, Matt Sisler, Charlie Woods and Wayne Fleet in 25th, 26th, 27th, Kerry Cleaver, James Campbell, Keith Kellman, and Todd Miles. Andy Warwick and Dan Brazington in row 16. Barry Phil and Heath Smith, row 17, Fred Williams and Brian Sullivan make up the tail end of the field. We'll see if they're going to jump on into their rides or if they are going to call it a day early here.
Well, you don't want to call it a day before you get going, so it'd be a bad day to put it on the beer stand or put it on the truck and win a race in the beer stand just before you take the green flag.
Looking at the scoring here, looks like 3 drivers are not on track at the moment.
I like how you said that loudly. On track.
So they are starting season number 52. Each season in the WSRL consists of 20 races. 3 drop weeks will get you by here, and they count the 17 best scoring races. Justin Michael was able to do that last year. Was able to hang on and take the championship from Chad Simpson as they get ready to roll. Pace car is in. Justin Michael, Chad Stearns lead him through that restart zone, and he is down and away. Justin Michael tries to get a little bit of advantage here on Chad Stearns. Chad Stearns staying right with him on that high lane.
Yeah, here we go, 2 by 2, 3, almost 3 wide back there in the back. These guys are going to get pretty racy. Justin Michael looking to continue where he left off after that championship run last year. He won a lot of races with Justin Michael. And well, there's like 34 other guys that think that they can do that. Same thing that he can.
Yeah, Bentley Glazer trying to toss his name into the hat early here. Glazer had won multiple championships early in, let's say, WSRL's run. Took a little break, but last year he told us that he was going to try and come back full time, and he is trying to do just that, running P2 now, up a couple spots from where he started. But looking back through the field, they're almost 3 wide here with Jeff Hollingsworth, Ryan Steele. It looked like Weaver was trying to get down to the inside as well.
Yeah, you know, in this league here, Mike, it's an open, or it's a fixed setup league. So which means you kind of got what you got. So you have to learn, you have to adapt quickly. But the good thing about this league is you get like a 2-hour practice to kind of figure out the setup. You can't figure it out, and JTW off the road for an unscheduled stop.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It looked like it had to have been something to do with maybe a restart violation there, as Chad Stearns goes down to the bottom, going to make it 3 wide. Glazer on the top, Michael in the middle.
Don't want to be in the
push clear.
Yeah. I mean, so you think Justin Michael, after winning that championship last year, does he elevate this league and the other drivers want to do better to beat him in the points?
Well, talking through last year, we've seen a lot of these drivers go and win championships other places. I mean, Justin Michael won the championship of the Icon Series a couple seasons ago, I do believe. You had Brian Barnes go up and win the Northwest Region championship. I believe it probably was in the Xfinity car, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Carly Widener was running pretty good on the Icon Series as well. So several of these drivers go to different leagues, and they, I won't say dominate, but they are in the top half of that league. They come here, and all of these drivers put on a show here for this WSRL Racing League.
Right now, as you're watching these guys come to the turns 1 and 2 complex, you're going to see these guys start to venture that high line. They're going to be running a cushion, as we say. You know, so I'm anxious to see how long it takes a lot of guys. And that's the good thing about this Michigan racetrack is there's a lot of room to go run at. So it's not the tight quarters racing that you normally see.
No, there's several lanes you can use to get around this track. Fastest man on the track was Matt Sisler last time by with a 39.16.
Yeah, Matt Sisler just being very methodical, not being overly aggressive, but knows he's got to get there. I mean, 8 laps really isn't that long here here in Michigan.
Another driver on the move is going to be that number 26 machine of Christian Bishop. He's up 6 spots from where he started. Charles Woods also making a move as well, as he's up. Well, he was up 6 positions. Brian Barnes went to the high side, got by him there. Pretty much 2x2 racing almost all the way around the track for several lanes here. Wayne Hutchinson doing a little slicing and dicing down on the bottom, pushing it 3 wide with Beltrami in the middle.
Now these trucks also, you got to be careful with these trucks, because you get on them seams and it'll really upset that race truck. Now a lot of setups, I run the open setup races here at Michigan here late, and a lot of these setups will go tight at the end of the run.
Yeah, the other thing about Michigan itself is it's not banked as far as some of the other tracks that we'll visit throughout the season. So it's a little flatter, so you almost can do, the little bit of slide jobs as you can get that big run coming into the corner and kind of slide up to the outside and not use or not wear as much as on the tires as you would on one of the tracks that had a little more banking on it. You've seen these guys almost make most of their passes in that sort of fashion here.
Approaching 70 laps to go. And right now it's all Bentley Glazer all day long in that number 10 truck. Justin Michael riding in a 4th position right now. And I mean, Bentley Glazer, it's not a name we have, it's not unfamiliar to the WSRL, but it's a name we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, he's shown up every now and then trying to get back in the swing of things when he didn't have something else going on Tuesday nights. But after the races last season, did talk to him, and he said he was going to try and win another championship here. We'll see what he can do. We'll see how tight those standings become. With another driver as talented as Glazer, you have Justin Michael, Butch Davis in there as well. I mean, almost any of these drivers can win on any given night. I mean, looking back through the history here in the WSRL, they had 10 races here at Michigan International Speedway. Of those 10 races, they've had 6 different winners. The only bad thing? Basically, since Justin Michael showed up, it's been the Justin Michael show. He's won the last 4 times here at Michigan.
I mean, he's a talent. I mean, he's talent. That's all we can say about him. Right now, he's looking on the inside of Chad Stearns in that 05 car or truck. Now he's going to look to the outside, and he just doesn't know where to go because it's almost like Chad Stearns is going to kill his run.
Looking back from Justin Michael at Butch Davis. Butch Davis going to try and go down to the inside. Slides up back behind Justin Michael. I mean, these guys are all over each other.
Yeah, this is one of those leagues that you won't see stage racing, and you don't do a chase. They do the straight up points racing. So a lot of these guys will race all year, and then it's almost like an endurance race for a lot of these guys. Bob Beltrami, a name we haven't seen in the top 10 for a while. We got big trouble.
Big trouble back here in the back. Barry Phil, Wayne Fleet, like maybe Keith Kelman got involved a little bit too. Let's see what happened there. I just barely caught it out of the corner of my eye here as it started to break loose. Oh, the 04 got a little loose. The 6 got into him. Barry Phil got into the 69 of Kerry Cleaver. Let me take a different look at that maybe. It looks like the 04 there gets a little, not a little loose, but tries to check up just a little bit, causes a 6 get into him, and everybody else just nowhere really to go here.
Good.
And that is definitely not something that Bentley Glazer wanted to see happen. I mean, Rob Haynes either. Those two were driving away from the field here.
Yeah. Well, now who's gonna come down and take tires, and who's not gonna come down? Lap 14 of 80, and we are under caution for the first time tonight. And if you like what you see here on Surrey Media, check out Angel and all night at 7:30 Eastern as they bring all the action from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Catch all the action at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and Mike, that's a fun series to watch.
Yeah, those guys are definitely put on a show in those Xfinity cars. Always good to hear Angel's voice on the mic. Angel and Troy put on a heck of a show as well. So tune in, watch them, get your fill of action.
This kind of keeps me from going crazy, seeing not seeing the real life action on the racetrack. But it's kind of like a snack that kind of holds you over, if you will.
Yeah, especially with some of the racing we have seen lately here in a number of the leagues that we broadcast. Lots of good, close side-by-side racing and inches separating each other at the finish line. Did kick off a new league to us last night, as well as the HTL Cup Series had their Daytona 500 qualifying and their duels last night.
That was fun. That's totally. I'm glad that me and myself and Dave Regal pulled the tarp off the proverbial car, if you will, and debut that league here in Sim Racing Media. And here in a week's time, we're gonna start off another car and reviewing Goat Locker Racing. Check that out on Sunday nights and Mondays with Dave Regal and Jordan Brackell. That's gonna be a fun one. I'm looking forward to watching that one. I will tune into that one when I get the chance.
Yeah, they're kicking that. I believe it's a Pro-Am series off on Monday night in the, I want to say ARCA cars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, the ARCA cars.
So they'll have some pro drivers, amateur drivers, all mixed out, thrown on the track, and see how that turns out here on Sim Racing Media.
Welcome to the bottom split.
Oh, that's where I usually have to drive.
I mean, look, I made a home down there. I got an address down there in the bottom split. It's cozy. It's cozy. The lights are getting ready to go out on the iRacing.com pace car and around Michigan International Speedway. Coming back to the green flag, it's going to be Rob Haynes and Justin Michael.
It looks like most of the field decided to head down pit lane, so that's a little different for me. Unless they think they can make the second half or make it the rest of the way here.
I think at this point you would put bounty on Justin Michael. Nonetheless, here we go. We got 16 laps. There's 50 laps in the history books. We're from lap 16. First caution for cause came out at laps 13, and here we go. Coming down that long back straightaway.
Yeah, several different drivers came down pit lane, did a couple different strategies. You had some drivers elect just to either maybe put on right sides, take fuel only, and then a few elect to get 4 tires. They only have 3 sets laying in the pits, so might be a little gamble there if you come down this early and take one. Pace truck's going to make that left-hand turn down pit lane. Rob Haynes with the button on the inside, Justin Michael on the outside. Head off down towards the Geico restart zone. Rob Haynes down and away. Justin Michael staying right there with him, but Justin has nobody behind him as Ryan Steele is quite a ways back, but Justin Michael wastes no time, gets right on the bumper of Haynes.
Rob Haynes, Justin Michael making it happen here. First 2 cars out in front of this field. And then you got Butch Davis in the number 43 STP Chevrolet. He is making things happen out there. And then just right around that Bob Beltrami area, that's when it becomes a gaggle. Organized chaos, if you will.
Organized chaos. As you see, Lyle Swearingen and Chris Simard side by side. But now Ryan Steele pulling his way up there. Ryan Steele surrounded by the FBR Motorsports team.
That's a sandwich you don't want to be in. FBR Motorsports contingent, make it happen. And Ryan Steele, whoa, we got a car off of the racing surface in the back. What a save.
36 there of Rugali, able to save it on the paved infield area on the backstretch.
I feel like that used to be grass at one point.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's kind of like the same thing that happened, at, I believe it was Daytona, where they got rid of the grass and just put in a bunch of concrete there to help those cars from flipping.
Yeah.
Glazer driving it in 4 wide on the bottom. Beltrami, Swearingen, and Steele all there as well. The 97 of Jeff Hollinsworth trying to follow him through. Still 4 wide.
Well, we're going to
Hollinsworth
go
gets
wide.
way loose.
We're going to try to go 5 wide. Okay. In another leagues, like, I would get when he's going to do things like that, but in this league, they pride themselves on safety, and they're just the absolute best at what they do. And it's a testament to the league that Bob runs.
Yeah, they are driving their tails off in these trucks. You just saw Beltrami, Swearingen, Hollinsworth, Steele, all 3, 4, almost 5 wide there for a while. No caution comes out. Even though Hollinsworth gets a little loose, he forces it 3 wide, slides down in front of Bentley. Glazer going to give him a little shove there as far as the draft goes, and he's going to set sail and try and get by Simard.
Look at Bob Beltrami. Let's go board with that number 14 truck. Right now, he's up there running fourth and making things happen. And the Beltrami Salami number 14 Toyota Tundra. Wow.
3 wide behind him. Sisler, Hollinsworth, and Simard was up there on the high side. Haynes gets a little loose, almost gets into that outside wall, able to save it. Hollinsworth checks up just a little bit. Everybody stays off of each other, and we're still green here.
Beltrami comes to dance here tonight. He's got that number 14 truck out there in the 4th position running top 5. He said, I can party, boys.
Well, the trucks you need to look at are the drivers that hit pit lane. That's Sisler, Beltrami, Glazer, Hollinsworth. They're all cooking right now. They're making their way through the field. The only driver up here who hasn't pitted is Justin Michael, and he's going to get swallowed up pretty quickly here by Sisler, Beltrami, and probably, I'm going to say Glazer's going to be able to get by as well.
Right now, these guys are cooking, and they're not cooking Beltrami Salami. They're cooking lap times right now. As you know, to your point, Beltrami is up to second. Jason Siska started 24th, and now he's up to the lead.
See Justin Michael go clear up almost into that outside wall. Trying to get a little more speed in that 87 machine.
And now Pablo Charles all the bump drafting Matt Sisler in that number 93 truck. He's going to look to the outside, and this is where Justin Michael should back off and say, you know what, go ahead, burn your tires off. I'll just go right past you here a few more laps.
As you see them start to work work 3 wide back here. This is in 9th, 10th, and 11th here. Got Widener, Swearingen, and Fletcher. And Chad Simpson. Almost 4 wide again.
4 wide is always better than 3 wide. Here comes JTW in that double nickel trying to make things happen. We're almost 20 laps in 80 lap burst. You don't want to put your truck in a peculiar spot or a bad situation.
Got a little loose there, able to drive it down, save it, get back up into the action here.
That 95 truck of Charlie Widener was just hired Snoop Dogg a little bit ago.
Yeah, that 55 machine slides right up the track, right in front of Widener there. But the truck that benefited the most from that caution is going to be JTW, as he, I believe, probably got caught with a restart violation. Had to come down pit lane, do a stop and go, and then was able to get back out on the track. Got his lap back after the caution, and now he's battling up here almost inside the top 10 already. And with that...
Well, I was going to say, Bob Beltrami's up to the point.
Justin Michael. Ooh, wow. Sisler almost got sideways there. Oh, he got a little help there. Justin Michael into that outside wall, bouncing off. Hitting Rob Haynes there. Not sure what is causing all of that, but we are still green here.
Easy, boys. Easy. Yeah, here we're looking at that Rob Haynes in the 33 truck. Coming back around. Now we got a battle side by side. It's gonna be Bentley Glazer and number 2 truck against Bob Beltrami in 14. Beltrami, and I have never had Beltrami salami, but I imagine it's pretty good.
Well, while Glazer is taking the lead, let's watch this battle for a little bit here to see where they wind up. Glazer on the inside, Beltrami on the high side. The Coast Guard 97 of Jeff Hollingsworth getting back behind Glazer.
Still side by side doing it Noah Hart style. Coming lap 30, we got 51 laps to go here. I'm Alan Berry. Like for many years watching the Western States Racing League, and so far we got a 4-car battle for the lead. And Bob
there goes Beltrami. Well, before we look at this, let's go back and look at see what maybe happened back here with Rob Haynes and just into the wall. Nothing really he could do, it looks like. See what happens with Beltrami here. Oh, Beltrami got loose. Tried to save it. Oh. Hollinsworth. Nothing they really could do there as far as that goes.
No, there's not.
Well, while we're under caution, go ahead and step aside. We'll take our first commercial break, and we'll be back after this. And we are back here in the Western States Racing League, getting ready to take the green flag on lap 34. Bentley Glazer down and away.
Here we're back, green flag racing. There goes Bentley Glazer in that number 10 truck. And they are Hornets behind him. And just running there right now.
Yeah, Bentley Glazer's been the class of the field, it seems, as he's been able to work his way through traffic after coming down pit lane. Everybody did come down that time, and looks like everybody got fresh tires except for maybe David Weaver. He only spent 8 seconds in his box. Christian Bishop up into second. JTW third. Sisler up 20 spots running P4, and Wayne Hutchinson hanging on to P5.
Absolutely. Bentley Glazer doing Bentley Glazer thing. Watch out, because they're
Behind them, they're starting to do that 3-wide thing once again here. Almost 4 wide as Heath Smith gets a huge run down on the inside.
Organized chaos ensues once again as we're watching this battle here about mid-pack. Fuson having some connection issues. And wow, the Skull Bandit Toyota. That's Heath Smith. Bringing back the old Rick Nass style paint scheme there, Mike.
Yep, number 1 Skull. I think Bentley Glazer had himself an issue.
Now we're starting to see these guys get up to the top there. As we were just shy of halfway. He left fair. I mean, JTW, he's the driver that I really root for week in and week out. And not just because he has McDonald's on the side of the race.
Well, we'll see if Matt Sisler can get the Lions a win to start the season off.
It'd be the only win they have this week. Speaking of Matt Sisler, there's a YouTube short out with an airplane on it, and it says this is the only touchdown the Lions are going to get.
Here comes the 27. Looks like Bentley Glazer's gathered it back in, and he is going to try and get back towards the front. Almost 3 wide, back behind. Christian Bishop going to get put in the middle if Widener can hang on to that high side. He does not.
Whoa.
Hutchinson into the outside wall.
We're
Glazer,
scrambling now.
evasive reaction. 4 wide. Christian Bishop, Bentley Glazer, Sisler, and Widener. Little bumping, but they stay off of each other long enough to keep going straight. Sisler gets loose again. Ryan Steele able to take a little bit of evasive action. 3 wide with Sumard stuck in the middle. Glazer jumps up and tries to get a little bit different line there, but they are 3 wide behind.
All this is going on. JTW riding up there in the front, sitting high, wide, and hand. Babs checking in on the YouTube.com live chat, saying greetings, great fans, and good luck, FBR.
And always cheering for the FBR contingent of drivers.
Meanwhile, contingent, we got 3 wins again, and it's 68 of Swearingen Steel, and at 26, well, Sisler's in on that too.
I'll tell you, it's amazing how fast that 3 wide goes from 1 or 2 rows as the driver, usually on the high side, winds up just being stuck there as the bottom 2 drivers make their way around the track. Steele and Sisler leaning on each other a little bit. Heath Smith slides up in front of the 05 of Chad Stearns.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is what you can expect all season long here with the Western States Racing League, as we are just at halfway, 39 laps left of the books here from Michigan. And we got big trouble, yellow, 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 back it down. Wayne Hutchinson hard into the inside wall.
Let's go back real quick and see if we can maybe take a peek at what happened with Bentley Glazer real quick. We just lost it a little bit. just running a little bit different line. Live here. See what happened to the 27 when the yellow came out. That left front is all sorts of messed up here. 26 gets a little loose. 27 sliding down. Oh! Wayne Hutchinson tries to keep it off that outside wall, overcorrects, goes right into Heath Smith, and then down into that inside wall. Take a look at the onboard here.
There you go. I think at that point you're just along for the ride.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. So now is the time. When do you make that last pit stop?
Not now. We got 30-something laps left, and you know there's going to be more cautions. I mean, I think JTW staying out. I would have done what the leaders did. The leaders come in, you come in. They stay out, you stay out.
Well, Matt Sisler has came in and made his third pit stop of the night. He will roll back out in P6. But it looks like he only took fuel only because he was only in his box for 6.3 seconds.
Three laps in history books. You're going to question once again. That's a Wayne. That's the name you don't normally see on the hauler. Early, and that's Justin Michael. Only making 28 laps. Not a good start to his WSRL title defense. And Williams not even making the field, but Keith Kelman is the winner of the race in the beer stand.
Well, talking about their schedule here, they head from Michigan. They will go to Kansas for 107 laps. Then they'll go to Charlotte and then Bristol. And that will be where they wrap up the month of January. And, of course, you have Darlington and Texas, the first two races in February before their first week off of February 18th. You got several different other tracks on there, too, Nashville, Dover, Gateway, Lime Rock Park, Rockingham.
I like it.
Definitely going to make for a interesting season here.
Well, these guys are coming around and one last time for the go for racing. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and get those bells ringing. So that way you're notified every time that Western States Racing League and Sim Racing Media goes on the air. Come on, you look, it's free to subscribe. Anybody can do it.
And then you get those notifications on your phone and you click on them and get right to the action here. So we have JTW down on the inside, Bentley Glazer up on the high side. Demard Bishop, William Fletcher, and Matt Sisler. The first three rows. Pace truck makes that left-hand turn down pit lane. Wilkinson with the button headed to the restart zone. Demard staying right with him. Wilkinson gets a pretty good jump. Bentley Glazer going to try and stay with him here. Has about a half a car length, give or take, and he will slide in front of Samard.
35 laps left in the book. Here comes JTW taking the lead pretty handily. We are 3 wide coming down the back straightaway. Oh boy.
Brian Steele, Charlie Widener, Chad Stearns, William Fletcher in the mix there as well.
Why does it seem like that these guys have a magnet around each other? They're just there.
They pretty much are. Charlie Widener almost getting into Sisler. Sisler slides down almost not enough room to get there. Widener goes down to the inside, going to make that pass. Sisler going to be stuck in the middle as he goes up to the high side behind Steele. Widener goes up right in front of Sisler as well. Chad Stearns going to make the pass on the bottom side. Swearingen looking down there. He will get by Sisler as well.
Yeah, I mean, here we are, lap 47. These guys are almost 2 wide. And it's the same characters. Chris Martin going to take the lead from JTW in that double nickel. Chris Martin, a double natural on the inside. Here comes Ryan Steele in the 12 car. And JTW in the double nickel.
Well, Ryan Steele is the driver with the freshest tires at the moment. He came in on lap 43, so he should be able to, in theory, make quick work here of Simard and get by for the race lead as he is down to the inside. Side by side they go.
Here we go. We got another battle for the lead. It's going to be Ryan Steele versus Chris Simard in the double natural off of turn number 2. Oh, that's a textbook pass.
And Ryan still had plenty of time to get by. Charlie Widener, another driver on fresher tires. But judging by the way this race has played out, the fresher tires are going to be what's going to win you the race at the end, as they've been able to work their way past all the drivers who stayed out. Granted, it was only, 12 lap fresher tires, but they're still, making the passes look easy.
1 lap to go. It's been Ryan's now all day long with Charlie Widener and Lyle Swearingen rounding out your podium so far.
Chad Stearns, Chris Simard. Chad Simpson looking to get into the mix. Looks like Brian Barnes went down onto the apron trying to stay out of this 3-wide action. Sisler and Bishop together.
And these guys are looking for friends because this is sort of a draft. Now they're going to get told out. Mike, 30 laps to go. There's not a whole time left.
Yeah, and these drivers know it. They're driving like there's not much time left as well. Brian Barnes has a rear view mirror full of Matt Sisler. Christian Bishop tucked in tight as well. But Josh Coley goes down to the inside, going to try and get a 2-for-1 as he is by Sisler and Bishop. Slides up in front. Beltrami trying to battle back after being involved in a caution. Then right on the rear bumper there of Dan Brazington. That's Rob Haynes giving a little help.
Definitely could use some help from his friend. Beltrami trying to work his way up there. He's down 3 spots. He was actually leading earlier in this sitting to the back of the field. Now he's just trying to get back out there where he's in a position to start leading this race again.
Yeah, looking at the drivers who are up front at the moment, all of them came down on lap 43. So they are using those fresh tires to their advantage here. 10 laps in, and they are still running about a couple tenths quicker than the drivers who did not come down pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, here we are with just about I want to say, what, 25, 26-ish? You know?
And Charlie Widener, Ryan Steele battling for the lead.
I know we're getting down to the later stages of the race here. Working lap 54, 53 laps in the books here. Ryan Steele, he was a good last season for much of the season. I think he's the only other driver to have anything for just Michael.
We're missing a couple of drivers that were battling for the championship last season as well. But still, 2 by 2, they go.
Here comes Charlie Wyden looking to make a move on Ryan Steele in that number 95 truck.
Chad Stearns crosses him over. He's going to go down to the bottom and try and make a run for Ryan Steele.
Here comes the 42, that FPR container. Driver out of the FPR stable. That's Chad. He is right in the top 5, ready to count at the moment.
Chad Stearns trying to get a victory here. Just can't quite get enough momentum to get by. Ooh, that was Kerry Cleaver got a little loose in that 69 Ford there.
Here we go, 3-way, and Widener. Or at least they thought about it anyhow.
I would say it looked like Swearingen was looking down to the inside, didn't quite get the run he wanted, but had to back out of it. But Chad Simpson closing in. Chad Simpson had a heck of a season last season. I believe he wound up second in the points. I mean, which is saying something because I don't believe Chad won a race last season, but he still wound up second place. So he had a heck of a consistent season. Looking for a few more wins this season and to battle for that championship once again.
You know, here's the thing: is I love the consistency route. I love the, hey, we'll win it based off of points and not really off of wins. Right now, Ryan still continues to lead here. And we got 22 laps left to go. Next time by, will be 21.
That Midwest math is mathing.
You know, I was going to say, hey, that St. Louis math actually makes sense today.
Widener getting a run now, going to go down to the inside and make the pass on Ryan Steele. Ryan Steele can't put up too much of a fight as he's up in that high line. Widener slides up, gets clear. We'll see if Steele's going to try and cross him over. Steele goes down to the bottom. Stearns goes with him.
Here's another element. It's been partly cloudy all day long. Right, so you've seen shades in other parts of the racetrack and parts, and now the sun's just fully out. So here's my question to you, Matt. We watched it. We've had 2 full seasons in iRacing with the new dynamic weather. What's your take on the new dynamic weather, and how do you think it affects how it affects the racetrack?
Well, most of the leagues are still kind of leery about trying to add it. Kerry Cleaver coming in pit lane. So when they do that, I think of the leagues that do it, it changes it quite a bit. So you'll have one set where some drivers just absolute dominate, and then it's like it flips the switch, and that track starts to cool off a lot, and all of a sudden the drivers that were up front aren't running up front anymore.
Yeah, so here it changes. I think it makes for a better race overall, because then now you're racing not only the track, well, you're racing the racetrack, you know. And now you got to try to stay ahead of the race. And I know, right? Western States is one of the few leagues that have added the dynamic weather. And I kind of like the. I'm kind of glad that they did it.
The track temperature right now is 91 degrees. When we started, it was about 87. So it's heated up just a little bit, but these guys are still racing pretty hard here. Chad Stearns, Chris Simard, Justin T. Wilkinson, William Fletcher all came in pit lane. We had Kerry Cleaver, Bob Beltrami, Jeff Hollinsworth, Charles Woods all in as well. So we'll see if these guys are going to have to make another pit stop. The drivers that remain on the track last pitted on lap 43. I believe we saw drivers make it to somewhere in the 30s. So it'll be close.
Real close. Indeed, and here we are. Ryan still continues to lead the way. We're at lap 64. We're getting down to the end.
Yeah, Bentley Glazer in, Heath Smith in, Dan Brazington also in. Ryan Steele, Chad Simpson battling it out up front.
Right now, about a little over, I would say 15 laps to go. Make it 14 now. The stands, if you're Charlie Widener, the stands at Hourglass start to run out.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is if you're these guys, you either know you have enough fuel to make it to the end, or you know you have to pit. There's no, I might be able to make it. Because if you might be able to make it, there's no way you're racing this hard.
I can't disagree with that logic. Well, Chad Simpson then on the road. David Weaver now. Kieran Bergali, he's still on pit road. He takes the lead and really hasn't looked back.
Chad Simpson in, see how long he's going to stay in his pit box. Yeah, he's going to get 4 tires. I mean, that's the other thing. How long do you stay out? If you can make it to, say, lap 70, do you stay out and just try and get just enough fuel to make it to the end without getting a set of tires? Or do you just fill it up, get 4 tires, and go?
Some of the guys are probably banking on a caution. Now, still now up in back strategy and getting every drop out of it.
Bentley Glazer's going to get his lap back the hard way, as is Bob Beltrami. Like Heath Smith will as well. So the last lap time there for Ryan Steele was 40.95. Charlie Widener ran a 41.02. So these guys are losing over a second a lap to the guys who just came down pit lane.
And now we got, there's the caution. It happens all the time, Mike. Whenever we try to get fuel, guess what?
Well, somebody always throws a wrench in. Oh.
And this time, GTW threw the wrench in. Thanks, buddy.
Well, that's the other thing that happens. Okay. Oh, yep. Just loose. Loose. Trying to save it. Nope.
One good.
So the good thing for everybody who was able to get around Ryan Steele is they're on the lead lap. Whereas if that caution would have came out a couple laps before that, Ryan Steele could have trapped some pretty good drivers a lap down.
Well, laps left to go for wholesale for the top team with 12 laps to go, and only 3 trucks are takers.
Yeah, everybody else came down lap 62, 63, so I'd assume that they're going to stay out and be fine, but while they do this, we'll take a short commercial break, get our last little ad break in, and be right back to racing here on the Western States Racing League. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have 10 laps to go. We'll be 9 when we take the green flag as the lights are out on the pace truck. We are stacked up, ready to roll one more time. Chad Stearns, Just Cully, Lyle Swearingen, Chad Simpson, Terry Cleaver, and Bentley Glazer make up the first 3 rows. So let's see what those guys can do once we get back to green flag racing. They will have 9 laps to do it.
Yeah, 9 laps left to go here. We're down to what has season openers been so far? We're going to have a first-time winner, or we're going to have a Danish familiar with 90.
I don't know. It might be a first-time winner, but we'll see who can make it work here. Pace truck is going to head on down pit lane. Stearns with the button as he gets ready to roll through the Geico restart zone. Lyle Swearingen trying to stay right with him. Stearns get a pretty good jump, but Swearingen is even with Josh Cully on that outside lane, so see if he's going to be able to take P2.
Green flag is back out as we are Almost 3 or 4 wide, 9 laps to go here. From Michigan, we're through. Almost. Almost.
All over the track. Chad Simpson, Bentley Glazer, Ryan Steele almost has that nose of that 12 truck welded to the 42 as he was giving him a huge shove up into P3. But right now, Chad Stearns is just hoping to log some laps here and get to that white flag.
Well, the only two drivers right now, and here, I'll giving Chad Stearns business on the inside of the lead. The only two drivers right now that benefit from the organized chaos that is behind them is Lyle Swearingen and Chad Stearns. They can actually go out and start racing pretty hard.
Yeah, they don't have anything really to worry about. Ryan Steele up to third. Charlie Widener makes pretty quick work down on that bottom side as he gets loose in front of the 77 of Chris Sumard. Sumard takes evasive action, goes to the middle. Bentley Glazer follows him there. Going to be 3 wide, almost 4 wide as Glazer slides up behind Simpson.
Yeah, I think 4 wide this league sort of kind of happened.
They are not giving it up yet. Stearns, Swearingen, Steele, Samard, Widener, Simpson, Glazer, Cleaver, all within a half a second of each other, all over each other.
Here comes Samard trying to get that double natural up to the lead. He's going to go inside. They're going to go make it 3 wide. He's going to touch. He's going to get a 3 for 1.
Yeah, Sumard is not afraid to play with that bottom side as he drives it in deep. Going to stay right with Widener. Widener tries to slide down in front of the 77. He'll do just that. Ryan Steele down to the inside. Going to make Stearns work. Widener goes 3 wide on the bottom. You got Swearingen, Samard, Simpson 3 wide behind him. Bentley Glazer looking at all this chaos in front of him and hoping something breaks off and he can get around.
Here comes Spartan and double natural. Trying to figure out which line he wants going. I think it's created his own line.
Nobody knows where they want to be. 5 to go. Handshake lap is out. Widener on the bottom takes the lead. Ryan Steele battles back in the middle, and he's going to put his nose towards the front, but Chad Stearns gets that high line rolling with Lyle Swearingen shoving him right back to the front.
Oh my goodness, here comes Ryan Steele by Phalanges coming to 4 this time by. I don't know who's going to win it. Usually Justin Michaels doesn't run away with it. The only thing he's run away with is the hauler. And a couple of cold Budweisers, but
Chad Stearns, Charlie Widener beating and banging off of each other, 3 wide behind him. Stearns, Swearingen, and Samard. Swearingen goes from the high to the bottom, and he is making a move here and making it in a hurry. Going to try and get up into P2 and see what he can give Ryan Steele. Leaning on each other just a little bit. Widener, Stearns, and Swearingen. Swearingen loses the momentum, slides back into 4th place.
here we go. They're going to get double piled out. 3 laps left to go. Lyle Swearingen back up to 4th.
Ryan Steele trying to make that bumper 3, 4, 5 cars wide as he is leading him down the backstretch. Widener right with him, noses almost into that bumper there. Stearns hanging on there, and now Sumard going to try his luck on the bottom.
Two laps to go. Popsicle stick in the air. This time by Ryan Steele, Charlie Widener. Looking to get a 2-truck breakaway. But here comes Sumard in the double natural. This is going to come down to the last lap, I can tell you that right now.
Last lap, last inch of the track as Sumard is working hard on the inside of Widener. Gets the run, drives it in deep here. Almost even with Ryan Steele's rear bumper there, just can't quite clear Charlie Widener. Widener's still hanging on. Lyle Swearingen going to jump in behind Samard, give him a shove. White flag in the air, and here we go racing back to checkers. Little bump in there from Samard and Widener, but they are working hard here.
Here we go. The Samard and a double natural half.
Butch Davis gets a little loose there. Ryan Steele trying to get more than enough here to drive away Widener. Samard still battling with each other. Ryan Steele loves to see what he's seeing behind him as he heads off, and he is going to try and take victory here in race number 1, and he will do just that. Charlie Widener beats out Samard for P2. Swearingen brings home P4.
What a race.
Ryan Steele gets the victory here.
Driver out of 30-year-old out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
Make his way to victory lane. No burnouts, just gonna park it there in victory lane. All right, let's see if we can get our third place winner up here in the booth. Hey, Chris, Mike up in the booth, man. How's it going?
I can't hear you, fellas.
You got
Chris,
us
you got a
yet?
copy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go. Hey, man. Well, heck of a race there. You were able to battle quite a bit through those last final laps. How was it racing out there at Michigan?
It was fun racing. It just it was a little loose after a while. You had to try and manage your back tires, and I didn't do such a good job at the start, but towards the end there, I benefited from that caution. I had one more set of tires, and I drove up through the field there and got in a third, and I'm happy about that. It's been a while since I've been in the top 3, so I'm happy about that. So.
Yeah, definitely looked like it was definitely the right strategy there to have that final set of tires right when that caution came out. But how are you feeling with the way the season, the way the schedule is and all of that starting this season 52?
I like the schedule. I like some of the tracks we're going to early. I mean, I like every track. It's just managing your tires, really. Like Michigan, you had to manage it, but you're just in a pack all the time, and it's generally pack racing. But when you go to different races that are smaller tracks and stuff, you really have to manage your tires, and that's where I kind of excel a little bit. But you know, we'll see what happens. But I like all the tracks that we're going to. So.
Definitely, man. Well, before we get you out of here, anybody you want to thank?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank FBR Sim Rig Accessories Creation Studios, all my teammates, my wife and son. I'd like to dedicate this podium finish to my father, who passed away in July, and this is the first time I got to actually say that on the broadcast, and I really miss him. And I'd like to also dedicate this third place finish to another one of my teammates that I run in a different league that is having some cancer issues, and we're praying for him. So Seth Hatchell. So we're praying for him. Hopefully he gets a full recovery. So, and that's all I can think of.
Definitely, Matt. Well, congrats on your P3 finish, and hopefully we talk to you throughout the rest of the season.
Thanks, fellas. Have a good night.
You too. Alan, if you want to talk to Charlie Widener there.
Charlie, it's Alan up in the SRM booth. How's it going, bud?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, look, man, you're what's going on right now. P2 finishing at number 95, Georgia Tundra. Take us through that last lap and what more you could have needed to get by Ryan Steele and be one spot better than you are now.
Yeah, what happened that last lap is Chris Samard ruined the party. No, I wish I could have got a better restart on that last restart. I ended up having to fall behind. I ended up having to fall behind Ryan there, and just kind of follow him through there. Got stuck on the bottom a lot, but that last lap, I was really wanting to set him up to like earlier in the run when I would get a decent run out of 4, so that I could just beat him to the line. And when I went high to try to set that up, Chris got down there below me and then kind of rubbed my left rear quarter panel going into the corner, going into turn 3, and I just kind of lost any kind of momentum. So I was just really holding on for second at that point. Kind of let Ryan get away there.
Yeah, and that, also with the first schedule that we got, what track are you looking forward to the most on the schedule that you think you have the best chance of getting back on the podium and possibly getting one spot better here, throughout season 52?
I'm just really looking forward to any of these bigger tracks. There's not one in particular. Anything mile and a half and greater, I'm always looking forward to. Unless it's a road course, I don't like them right-hand turns. But these tracks here where there's a lot of momentum involved, some off-throttle time, even if it's just for a couple of seconds, and then a lot of momentum. It's always a lot of fun. I was a lot of cars in this field. I was kind of surprised I was able to stay up front as long as I did. But yeah, it was a blast with these drivers.
Well, man, before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you'd like to get you in?
Sure. I'd like to thank my teammates, Heath Smith, and Mike Milfelt. He wasn't able to race tonight, but hopefully he'll join some future races. And just you guys for putting on a good broadcast, and Bob and everyone involved in keeping this league going, especially for so long. So yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week.
All right, Charlie, we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get to the race winner, Ryan Steele. Ryan, man, how's it going?
Starting the year with something I didn't manage to do all of 2024. I'll take that.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying to see if you were going to be able to save enough fuel to get there, or if you were just going to have to try and make a quick little short fuel-only pit stop at the end there. But that caution came out, kind of saved the strategy, and you were able to hang on and battle for the victory.
Yeah, there was no question about making it on fuel. It was I just suspected. I took a kind of gamble like every stage of the race. I was like, I think there's going to be a caution here. There's going to be a caution here. And basically everything worked out the way I needed it to. And it gave me a win.
Yeah, definitely. Walk us through kind of that I'll say the last restart there where you were trying to work your way through the field, and then you got up front and holding off the hornet's nest that was behind you.
Yeah, I just I was lucky enough to start on the bottom, and most of the guys that were on older tires weren't going to be able to hold it on the bottom lane on the restart, so that got me through most of the traffic. I was a little bit surprised on how long it took me to get to the lead. Like passing the 05 in particular was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But then once I got to the front, it was just controlling the situation. I wanted to be on the top. If I was 3 wide, I wanted to be in the middle. And I felt as long as I kept my truck in the lane I wanted it to be in and didn't get wrecked one way or another, whether it was my fault or not, I was probably going to win it. And it worked out.
Yeah, it definitely did. Well, congrats on your race win. Anybody you want to thank before we get you out here tonight?
Well, I have to thank Bob for inadvertently causing the caution that allowed me to pit under caution after I didn't pit the first time. So his misfortune helped me. Also have to thank him for running the series. And I got to thank you guys for covering it so that my friends can watch.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats on the race win. Enjoy your points lead as we head into Kansas next week, and we'll see if we can talk to you later down the road.
Yep, hoping to get a few more of these this season.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats once again.
All right, thank you.
All right, so we'll jump over and run down the race results real quick. We got Ryan Steele, Charlie Widener, Chris Sumard. You heard from those drivers. Lyle Swearingen and Chad Simpson round out that top 5. Chad Stearns, Bentley Glazer, Brian Barnes, Dennis Fuson, and Heath Smith are the top 10. Bob Beltrami able to battle back and finish 11th. Jeff Hollinsworth with a top 12. Scott Kukas and Kerry Cleaver. William Fletcher back in 15th. Matt Sisler, Charles Woods, and Josh Cully round out that top 18. Turn the page over here, and we've got Andy Warka, Dustin Burns, David Weaver, Todd Miles, Dan Brazington, Butch Davis finishes 1 lap down. Christian Bishop, James Campbell, Barry Phil, Rob Haynes back into 28th. Wayne Hutchinson's JTW had a rough go of it at the end of the race there. Justin Michael also finishes 32nd. Keith Kelman, Wayne Fleet. Then we have Fred Williams and Brian Sullivan did not start. Anything you want to say before we get out of here tonight, Alan?
I know that if this is anything that the season's going to be a precursor to, we're in for one hell of a ride. But with that being said, Mike, you might want to go ahead to the coffee stand. Instead of the beer stand, got me coffee for you, bud.
Definitely. But that will do it here from the Western States season opener of season number 52. From all the drivers of the Western States Racing League and all of us here at Sim Racing Media, I want to wish you guys a good night, and we will see you next time.